If your drone videos look crisp but the motion feels jittery in bright sun, you're not alone. In this video, I'll show you 5 comparisons and the one simple fix that instantly makes your footage smoother and more cinematic. G'day friends, beginners ask me all the time what are the universal settings for cinematic drone video, and here's the truth, there aren't any. When the light changes, your settings have to change with them. And I get it, I used to fly whenever I had time, usually right around noon, shooting on auto thinking sharper was better, but my footage kept getting that harsh, choppy video look. So I decided to do a real world test at the same location, doing the same move, shooting in 4K at 50 frames per second. Now this first clip is around noon in very bright sun. My shutter speed got forced way up to 3,000ths of a second, and that's when motion started to look harsh and stuttery. The second clip was filmed at golden hour, close to the same move. The light is softer, so I could run a slower shutter, around 100th of a second. I've now got more motion blur in the rocks and the foreground, and the difference between these two is night and day really. And I graded both clips the exact same way so you're seeing the real difference, not an editing trick. Now you don't really need to memorize these numbers. What matters is knowing how to spot the problem in the air while you're flying. Here's how you can tell if you're filming at the wrong time of day without looking at a single setting. In bright sun, the image looks punchy at first, but as soon as the drone starts moving, the motion can feel a little stuttery. For instance, look at this diagonal move. Look at the bright rocks and the sky. The rocks are starting to blow out and lose texture, and the sky is almost completely washed out. Plus, everything looks way too sharp. That's your sign that the light is too harsh for the cinematic look that you want. Now compare it to the next shot. The light is more even, the sky holds more detail, and the whole image feels smoother and more natural. By the way, if settings are the part that always trips you up, I've made a free drone camera coach. It's an AI assistant. You can type in your filming situation. It'll help you pick the right settings really fast. I'll put the link in the description. Now let me show you the orbit test. As a beginner, or anyone really, you might actually like the full sun shot better, and that's okay. It's punchy and it's crisp. But if you want smooth cinematic motion, you need to control what bright sun does to your footage. And later in the video, I'll show you the simple fix that lets you keep that bright, oh my God, I can't talk today. And later in the video, I'll show you the simple fix that lets you keep that bright look without the harsh stutter. Let me show you another comparison, this time an orbit. Orbits are where this problem looks worse because you've got rotation plus tons of fine detail. Now in this first orbit, it looks nice and the colors are punchy, but notice the crushed shadows and how everything looks a little too sharp. That's the harsh midday look. Now when you compare it to the next orbit, it's the same location but a different day, slightly different trees, but look at the more natural color, the softer light, and how the shots feel smoother overall. But bright sun doesn't just change how motion feels, it also kills detail in the parts you actually want people to look at. Now I know what you're thinking, the full sun version looks more vibrant, and you're not crazy. Full sun often looks more colorful because it's high contrast, but it's also way less forgiving. I learned this at the beach years ago. I was trying to keep detail in the sky and the water, and I couldn't get it to look right. If I exposed for the sky, the landscape went dark. If I exposed for the landscape, the sky and the whitewash blew out. I thought it was my drone, but it really was the light, and I didn't really know what I was doing. So look at these two top-down shots together. Watch the water texture and the shadows by the wall. In the full sun shot, the water turns into a flat green patch, almost no ripple detail, although it was fairly still. And as we pass over the wall, the shadows get harsh and the highlights in the grass start blowing out. And in this shot, in a later time in the day, you can actually see the ripples in the water, and the color and the detail on the other side of the wall holds together much better. So if you're thinking, okay, what do I actually do on my next flight? And I understand that completely. I have had the opportunity to film with my drone in places of amazing scenery, and many a time I've returned home with subpar footage, and it's so frustrating. So here's a simple rule you can use on every flight. If you're shooting video and your shutter is in the thousands, your footage will usually look too sharp. So fix number 1 is free. Fly when the light is softer, so you can keep your shutter speed down and reduce that sharpness. And if you have to fly in bright sun, or if you prefer it, that's when you use a strong ND filter. These are ND filters that go over your drone's lens. An ND 128 is really good in very bright sun, and this will darken your footage down naturally because it's like putting sunglasses over the lens. That means you'll have to slow your shutter speed down to correctly expose your image. And if you're not sure what ND strength to buy, I'll put my recommended ND filter sets in the description. And once your motion looks right, then composition moves like this follow along shot that I used here actually look great. But now we've sorted out that sharpness, but what if you don't trust your flying yet, or you're somewhere where you can't move around too much with the drone? I made this next video specifically for that. 6 cinematic shots you can get without moving your drone at all. Give that a watch.